I walked in the place, sat by the bar, all the drinks on me, don't go too far, sitting by the bartender, asked her.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon and we're here on 910 Sports. And once again, I want to thank everybody for coming. Well, damn, I'm tripping. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here once again and be able to have these great discussions, great people, and all that, going on. So I'm going to introduce everybody from the right to the left, to the left to the right, to all that kind of good. So I got my right hand man in the building. You know what I'm saying? Left hand man in the building, upside down, side to side, whatever you want to call it, right in the building. You know what I'm saying? Your baby mama's favorite radio host, Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
Man, glad to be in the land of the living, man. Like you said, thank God for another opportunity, man. Another day to get it right. We got a chance and a choice.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And then on the other side, trying to hide from the camera and all this kind of good stuff. He done went all off and everything. But my man. Well, I don't know what happened to Steve-O. He just disappeared on us. So I guess he'll be back
Yeah.
here in a minute.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Yeah.
when he come back, Steve-O, Mr. George, everything. I don't know what happened to him. But anyway, man, we will get into some topics tonight. First and foremost, thank our Philly, Village Global Network. We got 8 radio stations, 144 countries that we affiliated with now. So we out here doing big and major things, in the building. So we're gonna get started with some topics. First and foremost, man, let's talk about this running back situation. But this running back situation has gotten quite kind of for whatever reason, these running backs not being valued anymore. So I'm gonna let my man Jacob get it started with that kind of part of the conversation, and just tell me how he feel about it because I know it bothers him more than anybody. You tell me how you feel.
Yeah, it really bothers me about the running back situation, man. The running back position is a predominant position, man. Its position is needed, and you have running backs who give their blood, their sweat, and tears, man. And being a running back is a grind. From the time you start in Pop Warner all the way to the time you go to middle school, to high school, and go to college, and then make the NFL. Man, that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, the legs, and they just how can a kicker make more money than a running back? It makes no sense. I don't care if you third string, man. That's still a lot of wear and tear, man, on your body, man. Like that makes no sense that a kicker can make more money than a running back. That's
Very,
ridiculous, man. And so I really think, man, they gonna have to get this running back situation together, or they ain't gonna have nobody running the ball for real, because I think everybody gonna quit. You know what I mean? For real, man. And like they just be doing the most, man. And then a lot of people was disappointed in Saquon Barkley because he took the 11 million. That's 11 million for 1 year when he was only making 1.8 million. So did you think he not was going to take it?
yeah. I would have took it too myself. I mean, at the end of the day, especially when you have no leverage, you know what I mean. These running backs have no leverage. Now, the issue is going to be is these high school players coming up, or they're going to be in a situation where they're going to feel like they don't want to play that position because they see what's going on, and that's going to be really the problem. So a lot of these players may be like, you know what, I'd rather go play safety or wide receiver or linebacker or a different position that still requires speed and athleticism. But if I can get a bag in another spot, why put my life on the line and my wrist, and my body? Because just like I forgot who it was saying last week, they were saying you got. I think it was Shady McCoy. He said you got to think a running back gets hit on every single play, whether he's blocking, whether he's running a route, or running the ball. He gets hit almost every single play. You know what I'm saying? So to me, he's probably at the running back is more at risk than probably any other position. That it's not a coincidence that the running back position has the probably shortest life shelf in the NFL out of any position on the field because of the fact that they get hit the most. You know what I mean? So to me, at least pay the top running backs more than what you're paying them. At least give them they 15 to 16 million. Quit trying to lowball a running back just because you feel like you don't use them as much as you do everybody else, and you trying to devalue their importance in the game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because when you need that 1 or 2 yards to get in the end zone, who do you get a ball to? A running back. We see it time and time again. Team get down to the 5 to 10 yard line and they can't get the football. They can't get the ball in the end zone. You know why? Because they start running the ball. You know what I'm saying? So if you start, you know what I mean? So I guarantee you, if you look at teams that actually have like tops in the league as far as red zone percentage, I guarantee you those teams run the ball a little bit better than, you know what I'm saying? And so,
Right. Right.
I really think they need to do a better job of valuing these running backs the way they do and give them their money. Now I've said this time and time again. The problem is that the NFL players put themselves in this position because when the CBA comes up, they never fight for the thing. They never fight collectively together. Everybody's fighting for the individual of goals and individual reasons, but they never come together and fight for the same cause. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of I feel the problem. Steve, you back yet?
Yes, I'm here. I apologize. So sorry.
Okay, so what do you feel about all? I know you got a thought on.
We're talking about the running back crisis. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I feel like that Derrick Henry kind of is to blame. If Derrick Henry would have never, because is he not the best back in football? He's like the most. I would say the back that's the most uh, dependable when it comes to the running back position. He was like the top dog. When the top dog took less money, you don't justify paying anybody else who you feel like it has the potential. Todd Gurley is another running back that hurt this situation. They paid Todd Gurley big time after he won MVP, but then his knees deteriorated. He's another one that got you got to look at him. Then you got to look at Le'Veon Bell. That's another perpetrator in this whole situation. Le'Veon Bell was the first running back to sit out, and once he sat out, and then he didn't come back as the same running back, he kind of looked like a shell of himself. You know what I mean? They kind of like, damn, justified Pittsburgh kind of not paying him. He started this whole sit out mess and running backs not being paid what they were supposed to. So I feel like to me, the running backs will never probably ever get paid like that again. And I think it's kind of justified. It's a passing game at this point.
It's
And I
not
feel like
justified.
with you having,
It's not justified, Steve-O.
I guess. Well, tell me the running back for the past 2 or 3 Super Bowl contenders. Nobody ran you to a championship.
That's
Pat
true.
Mahomes won the championship. Pat Mahomes won 2 of the last 3, and then you had Tom Brady. They threw the ball.
I'm not disagreeing with you in that sense, but I'm saying the running back is needed because the running game opened up the passing game, man, and
Yeah.
that's the only time the passing game becomes lethal. Because if you pass every down day, they know what you're gonna do. The running game is a very, very big decoy for these quarterbacks to really get off, bro.
Every down, they can't stop it.
And I slightly disagree with what you said about Tom Brady, because if
What?
you look at Leonard Fournette was a big part of their offense, especially the Super Bowl season. He had a lot of big key runs throughout the playoffs, and he was the one that would keep a lot of drives going when Tom Brady wouldn't have it in certain games. So I kind of
Okay,
disagree.
you talking about in spots, but consistently that team went as Brady went. That team didn't go as Leonard Fournette go. The Buffalo Bills don't go as the running game go. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, they don't go as the running game go. These teams don't do that no more, Icon. That used to be the way. Used to be,
No,
but nowadays they're paying quarterbacks $45 million to throw and win you a game. They're not drafting game managers no more just so you can run the ball, hand the ball off to 3 dynamic backs. That sound good, but that don't score enough points. I'm just being honest. Defenses are too fast and too big nowadays for you to just dominate without throwing the ball. You're gonna have to pass the ball. You can't tell me one team right now outside of Lamar Jackson them who really just a run dominant team that just gonna beat you like that.
I mean, I'm not saying that the running back got to be the face of the team, but you can't just continue to devalue the running back.
I mean, when you got people like Pat Mahomes, them drafting a new one every year, they still winning. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They just cut their running back. They let Miles Sanders go. They rotate them in. I'm not saying you can't devalue it, but I'm saying there are so many good backs that you don't need a great back. There are so many good ones nowadays. There are a lot of good running backs. You can get a good running back in the 5th and 6th round.
Well, the problem, like I just said when you was off, I don't know if you heard me, but the problem is really going to be is high school players. Because if high school players start to see that they're not going to be valued in the pros, then why even bother to be a running back in college? If
True.
You know that,
what I hope is that you try to diversify that valuable running back like a Christian McCaffrey, where you're a passing game asset and you're not just a straight hand the ball off type guy. You got to have some hands. I think the days of running backs not being able to catch and run real routes is over with. I don't think you'll ever have another Derrick Henry. You're going to have to be versatile. And even Derrick Henry versatile. He has hands. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's not going to line up and run a route like some running backs.
What are we talking about here? Running backs been catching the ball out of the backfield for 20 years, man.
True, but how many can line up on the outside like Christian McCaffrey in different positions and run a real route? That's when not many can do that. You can line them up out there all you want to, but they're going to run a fly route, Jacob, or they're going to run a 10-yard comeback. Them the only two you're going to really get. Slant. But Christian McCaffrey can run the whole tree, all 9 routes. You don't have that many backs that can do that. And if you can start getting backs to do that, you bring that value back to the running back position because it's still part of the passing game. People want to see passing. Man, look, they're paying quarterbacks for a reason, man. They paid Danny Dimes. Listen, okay, Saquon Barkley is the most important player on that damn offense in New York. Will both of y'all agree with me on that?
Yeah, sure.
Danny Dimes is the one who got paid. They paid Barkley $11 million. They paid the quarterback. They didn't pay Saquon.
And Danny Dimes got paid off 11 good games that Saquon Barkley made him look great in.
I'm with you, but they seen the value in giving the money to the quarterback, not the running back.
Yeah, I think
just like
the only problem is the only way this would really get solved, which I know it's not going to happen, but the running backs would have to come together, and they would have to almost dang their boycott.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking about every running back.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Only way this is going to change.
But that's tough though, Icon, because that's just saying me, you, and Jacob went into business, right? We were all going to business together. And all 3 of us agreed to this contract. And then we get to doing the work, and then it's like me saying, nah, I don't like this contract. I don't like what I'm getting out of this situation. We're going to have to all go back to the table and redo this. Well, all the rest of the positions like, well, hold up, bro. Y'all were here when we made the CBA agreement. Y'all should have spoke up then. Yeah. And again, I go back to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was the king. He was the man. When he took that BS contract that the Titans gave him, he opened the door for the rest of the running backs not to get paid. Because if we're not paying King Henry that much, how am I justify paying anybody else anything close to that?
Yeah, yep, and that's what I was saying about the CBA. The NFL players, they don't stick together as far as overall. They don't even stick together. Like even when they're fighting for, even doing the George Floyd and the
you're right. Yep,
and all that situation, they took the money from the NFL and fight. You know what I'm saying? I forgot who was the president of the association, whatever the player association.
I forgot who it was too, but I know what you're talking about.
Just basically took money and they didn't fight for. They didn't even get nothing really out the deal. They just took the money. We don't even know what the money going for. So you know what I'm saying. So that wasn't even for the players. That was for to help black causes. But we don't even know what the money went for. They just took the break. So you know what I mean. So that's the problem with at least NBA players. At least they get 50% of the revenue. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. True. Yep.
I mean, so for them, that's why they kind of got a better situation because they get 50 revenue. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah,
So that,
yeah, I agree. And then you got to think in the NBA, those contracts have been fully guaranteed for a long time. In
mhm.
the NFL, what we used to always hear, you'll be like, he got a $200 million contract with 50 million guaranteed. You know what I mean? They used to do those type of contracts now. So I believe the NFL is kind of going to try to get to that mold, but the NBA and the NBA Players Association and their commissioner, man, and the way they do business is so tight. I don't ever see the NFL ever probably getting like that because there's so many players too, so many more players. You got 53 players on each team. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more than having what, 5 starters and then 6 bench players or 7. How many? I don't know how many NBA. I'm not sure how many they got in the NBA, but
uh, I feel you. But anyway, moving on to the next topic. Before we move on to the next topic, I want once again, like I did last night on our other podcast, I want to announce all our new radio. So basically, for those that know, we have 8 new radio stations, 144 markets, or whatever that the broadcast will go out to. So starting from first, we have Culture Shock Radio. And that's out of Canada. So that's one of the radio stations. We have Cuzzo FM, which is out of Germany. We had Godfidence Radio right out here out of the U.S. And we have LLR Ohio, which is one of the main ones. And that's more like children related. That's more like the most cleanest radio station out of all of them. So, that's why we do our best not to use profanity because they're one of the ones that we have to keep it clean for. We have Sasquatch Boot Hill Radio, which is in the USA. We have Southern Soul Gold, um, which is big for us because a lot of people don't know what Southern Soul is, but we definitely know what it is.
mm-hmm.
We have the Tattoo Shop Radio out of USA, and we have last but not least WAPTA, which I will once again, like I said last night, I'm not saying it wrong. That's the way it's pronounced. I'm not
Say it
talking with
again. Icon, how it's pronounced?
WAPTA music, WAPTA.
Raptor.
So
Okay.
I know I sound like Emma Fudd, but that's how I spell it. WAPTA Music FM. So we actually got 2 FM stations that we affiliated with. And the thing about these stations is that these stations are not just one type of music, not R&B, hip hop stations or whatever. These are type stations, whether they're internet or online or FM radio that we affiliated with. So I just wanted to put that out for people to know what we have going on. So people that's actually watching us visually, you'll see me flash on the ticker all the radio stations at the bottom of the screen. But for radio purposes, I wanted to announce that people who are not watching us visually or whatever. So I wanted to put that out there. So let's get back into the topics. So next, I want to talk about this Jaylen Brown contract. And is it a big deal? Is it not a big deal? Should they have done it? Should they not have done it? So I'm gonna start with you, Steve, or whatever. Um, as far as what do you believe? Do you think that they should have gave him because the deal is 5 years, 304. Yeah,
I
and the
mean,
last
I understand.
year the
Now,
deal is 69.1 million. That if your option on
I
that
will
last.
say, I mean, just like my gut reaction is no. I'm not. I mean, you're not even the best player on your team, let alone you're not the best player in the league, and you're gonna sign the richest deal in the league. I feel like certain contracts and certain deals should only be preserved for a Jordan type player, LeBron type player, Wilt type player. I feel like there should be another upper echelon of contracts that certain players that you can't offer them to. And I understand that's what the supermax is for, and you're supposed to be able to get the supermax before you can. I mean, all NBA honors before you can get supermax. But I mean, Jaylen Brown being the highest paid NBA player ever, that should never be something that goes across anybody's sports screen. I mean, I'm just saying, he doesn't have the game to warrant that contract. But now, I do understand the grand scheme of things and how extensions work and how the summer goes, and Jason Tatum is going to break that record next year when he signed his extension. I get that, I understand that, but just for face value, Jaylen Brown shouldn't have got that contract. What you think, Jacob?
It's sickening, man. It hurts my stomach. Looking at that contract, it gives me diarrhea, bro. I need Pepto Bismol instantly. Like real talk, man. It's sickness, man. Bro, you first of all, you ain't winning no ship. Second of all, when you went to the finals, all y'all look like y'all forgot to play basketball. And second of all, man, I just think that's really, we don't even know how good you're going to be in the next 5 or 6 years. Like it ain't like you came into the league at 17 and got off like instantly. It ain't really like he's great, bro. Like him and Tatum ain't good as people are making them out to be. Till 5 years, $304 million, man. No sir, man. No
And
sir.
Tatum about to
That's
get
ridiculous.
334. Like Tatum was up for 334 next year, so probably last year his deal gonna probably worth like 75 million. And they already, then I was seeing something earlier where SGA probably gonna get 400 million when his deal come up. You
Who?
know what I'm saying? SGA, Gilgis Alexander. They saying his deal may be
I,
projected to be
yeah,
400.
I seen that, man, and instantly. That's why I said who you said instantly. I just started scratching my head. I said, man, these owners are they smart? Are they dumb? Or is like what's really going on? SGA 400 million. Um, we can go to some of the inner cities and get playground cats that's better than SGA. He has not proved anything at all. Have he made it past the second round yet?
No, but I don't. Can you really judge it off that?
But Steve,
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're
to
saying. I do get it. I don't think he's worth that kind of money.
four
But
hundred million, Steve, and
can
bro,
but listen to hold on, Jay. Hold on. Now, as an owner though, you probably make how much money you think the owner make every year on the NBA? Just on average, what you think they make?
they make some billions, bro.
He's worth that. Dude, you gotta think. I always say, I don't never want to be. I never wanted to be an NBA player or basketball player, baseball player. I always wanted to be the person that write their
So,
checks because that
so
means that I
Steve,
got so much money that I'm able to give you 400 mil. How much money do you think I got in the bank?
okay,
Well,
Steve. So we gonna say OKC, and so we're gonna reverse it back a little bit. We're gonna look at some of the players that OKC had in their earlier years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna look at Durant. We're gonna look at Westbrook. We're gonna look at Harden.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna look at players that this guy couldn't hold a job scrap to them when they was his age. And so you want to say this guy's potentially going to get 400 million, man? Like to me, that makes no
So
sense.
do you
That's
let them walk? So would you let them walk?
I ain't gonna say I would let him walk, but not he won't get that much money, bro.
See, I guess to me it's the market of the contract. Because I look at that and I look at his contract and say, okay, he gonna get that. What you think Luka or Giannis gonna ask for when they contract up again? You see what
because
I'm saying? What do you
because
think them kind of guys looking at them contracts just like you, Jacob, they said, wait a minute,
But
y'all gave him
but
that? Y'all gave him
but
400 mil? I already know Luka finna get six.
well, I will say this though. I will say this because of the fact. Okay, so let's look at it from this standpoint. When LeBron went back to Cleveland, they said that first year he went back to Cleveland, they said I think it was saying that Cleveland the team made like $1 billion that first year in like sales and
I believe that.
everything. So to me, if you're gonna do that, then I think it got to be something where maybe you get a smaller deal. Like let's just say a player like SGA. Let's say he get 250, 300 million, and then being he's the number one jersey in the draw, he get a percentage of the team's jersey sale. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
see,
saying?
I don't know how the NBA works when it comes to contracts and jerseys. I don't know if that's possible to do through somebody's agent. I guess we need to find a sports agent and get a sports agent on the show. That'll be a good thing. I'm gonna look into that. Try to find a sports agency because I guess it's all depending on how your deal is negotiated. You know what I mean? So, but I don't think again, I think the market dictates it more than the player. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And if you get to hit free agency, oh, you really get to cash in. But a lot of players don't even get to do that. And the NBA made it that way because now the teams have what they call bird rights, when they can
Yeah,
offer you more money than anybody else. So the NBA don't even want their players to hit free agency. In
yeah,
the
yeah.
NFL, that's your goal. That's your goal. You want to get out that rookie contract and get to free agency so you can cash in. So I just depend. I look at the game and look at the market. I look at some of them NFL contracts again. Danny Dime signed the Daniel Jones signing the highest paid quarterback contract ever in NFL history. But this is like look at the timing. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. If
Well,
you
I
on the
think
contract, if you're in the contract year when the CBA done changed over like it is now, then you good. What do you think them old players feel though, like Icon? What do you think players that are better than SGA in they days? How you think a player like them would feel?
I mean most of them. I mean, you hear Barkley and Shaq and them talk. You know what I mean? Like Barkley and say, man,
But them guys, that was superstars. I'm talking about, I would say a guy that wasn't really a superstar, but he was better than let's say Reggie Miller. Reggie
mhm.
Miller way better. You probably say you put Reggie Miller over SGK, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Reggie Miller never got a big contract like that.
No. Mm-mm. But see, I think too what Jacob was saying earlier when we talk about players getting this money and like they not worth that money. I think that you can't put a first team, second team, and third team and say just because they made one of those teams, they automatically get that super max money. If you're a third team, if you're on the third team, then you should be getting value the same way as a first team.
That's the way they wrote that CBA.
The way they wrote the CBA is all you got to do is make first or second team or third team in any type of category, whether it's defensive
Yep.
first or third team, play whatever it is, player wise, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make one of those first or second or third teams to get them super max. And to me, that makes no sense because by the time you get to the third team player or whatever, he might be like a Draymond Green. So you gonna tell me Draymond Green is good, LeBron or Luke?
He just
You know what I'm
put
saying?
$35 million.
Huh? You said what now?
I said Draymond just signed a $35 million deal though. So
But
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, but today, I'm just saying, I'm just using him as an example. By the time you get to that
Yeah, no,
third,
I know you made a good point. No, you did. You made a good point.
so
I,
that
I
that
you know, I just know something wrong with Draymond. When I know he was kind of special and he wrote the short bus when he said he was a better defender than Dennis Rodman. I just thought something was wrong with him, man.
well, he's the greatest of all time. That's what he said. He didn't say better than Dennis Rodman. He said he's greatest of all time.
But when you talking about defenders and you talking about shut down defenders when it comes to on that block and stuff like that, I just like, man, who like Draymond, stop it, bro. Like you play in the league where they really don't even play like hard nosed defense. You know what I'm saying? Like like you don't even play a league where defense is high in demand because most of the coaches in the league today are not defensive minded at all.
The fake Hall of Famer Tracy McGrady gonna say that
You
Boy
heard you.
Boy
You heard
is
what he said.
is just as good as Wimby. He just ain't get the same opportunity. Like
He said
what?
what? He said
He
what?
He
said.
said
Tracy
that
McGrady said
Boy
something else
Boy
crazy too.
is
He
better
said
than
this. Did he say something else crazy? Hold on. He
he
said something else
said
recently too. Let me
better.
think.
He just ain't got this. He just ain't got an opportunity. The same opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But Tracy McGrady say this kind of stuff all the time. He makes
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what I'm saying. I've heard Tracy McGrady recently say something else crazy too, but I can't think of what it was. But he always, I think he just kind of scoring a little bit because he can get in that top 75.
So them eyes. You got them weird eyes. So maybe his eyes. He looking wrong.
Okay, now I can let's not do that. We want to interview the man one day.
And Trace McGrady is an ugly fella. You know,
You know,
he got them,
There y'all
he got
go.
them, he got them droopy eyes, and
Lord.
and, and he got a
We
forehead
want the
like a
man to
tree
come
stump.
on the show and talk to us one day, man. Chill, man.
Okay, I mean he can be ugly still coming on the show. There ain't no pressure. That's between him and God. I
You
ain't
gonna
do
get
it.
somebody ugly on the show, you might well call Sam Cassell.
And Draymond Green.
Ain't nobody
oh,
taking Sam, man. Sam probably was one of them people that got captive on that
Man,
UFO.
I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When I look at Harry Tubman, I see Draymond Green.
Y'all crazy.
no
What's the
need for
next topic, Icon, before we get
The
kicked out
next
there?
topic is
Harry
no,
We gonna
Draymond.
get kicked out there before we even start.
the next topic is Jackson, OBJ, and Zay Flowers. Is that enough to get them, in that top spot in their division?
I let Icons.
I really just to me the wide receiver situation there is not as important as in other places, just because of where they play. They like the Ravens play offense like they in high school almost sometimes. So to me, it's really predicated on the effectiveness of Lamar Jackson and his, and if they
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I really don't. I'm sitting here pondering. Like, I don't know if you just insulted them or if you gave them a compliment. I don't know.
all compliment, it's just the way they
But
play. Like the Ravens play,
But the
they
rate,
got weird dynamic of way they play the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got this running back by committee. Lamar
yeah.
Jackson runs the ball to kill the quarterback for no reason at all. And they go for fourth down every time for no reason. They
So
going
I'm gonna tell
for
you who
fourth
they
down.
remind me of. Hold on, Icon, I'm gonna give you this. Tell me this. Tell me y'all don't do this. They remind me of Any Given Sunday when Willie Beeman took over.
Exactly. It's just like it's
I did.
almost like a movie. It's not even like real because,
That's
like
what
I
they
said,
remind me
it's
of. That
score
Beeman.
team.
fourth down on the 35-yard line on their side of the field. And it'd be like, really? What? And it's
Man,
I told you
I
like,
it feel
can,
like Any Given Sunday.
I
Like
can,
John Harbaugh is in
I,
there like Al Pacino. He giving them, them halftime speeches talking about every inch is right around you. I can see that with the Baltimore Ravens. And Ray Lewis is
well,
sitting in the sauna. He's still old ass, still sitting in the sauna talking to Lamar Jackson about, you got to be brave. You got to go out there and play with your heart. I can see Ray Lewis walking around in there like Shark Boys in that movie. I'm serious. I can really see them just like the Baltimore Ravens, the Ravens,
man,
just like Any Given
man,
Sunday, bro. For real. But I'm how
when I think of the
to
ball,
answer the question, though, hold on. To answer the question, I actually have the
okay,
Baltimore Ravens winning the AFC North. I'm gonna tell you why. Lamar Jackson was 8-4 in the number one seed in that division before he got hurt last year. And y'all know he wasn't really hurt, he just didn't feel like playing. So if he would have really felt like kept playing and they would have gave him his money when he was supposed to got his money, they would have won that division last year. Now that you really got him some real threats on the outside and not no like the Icon said, we don't remember they had Bill Bellamy out there. He didn't even have no line in the movie out there catching passes. Him and T.O. But like I said, they got him some real weapons now, man. I really wish D Hop would have went out there instead of trying to chase the money and going to Tennessee. Cause that's gonna be a travesty out there. I don't know why wide receivers want to go to Tennessee and die, but that's what they want to do with their career. So
well,
be it.
he gotta die with his money. That's what it is. He gotta die with his money.
They
He,
gave
well,
Julio a check. They gave Randy Moss a check. They gave Andre Johnson a check. I can keep going.
man, man,
That's what they do in
listen, man.
Tennessee. They pay old wide receivers.
The Tennessee Titans sign Andre 3000 tomorrow. I'm trying to tell you, man.
hold on. What time is it now?
I'm just saying.
Cause man, I'm just saying they just give everybody
Oh,
some money.
man.
You know what I'm saying? They just give everybody some money, bro. Like if you a
They
wide
got
receiver, bro,
quarterbacks, bro. You got three
and
quarterbacks
you,
on your team. You drafted one in the first round this year. You drafted one last year. Then you still paying Tannehill $35 million, $8 million a year.
and you still don't know which one you want to start. That's the crazy part. You don't really know. You really
And
ain't
so,
No.
you know what I'm saying? They got a top
I just,
line.
yeah, man. Like, and man, with Lamar Steve, every time he get on the field, man, I think about when all the kids play in the neighborhood used to come to somebody's grandma's to play football, and they played bad, man, pick it up. But you know, it was a fast person on that team that was gonna get the football that can't nobody catch. I don't worry about Lamar throwing the ball because he gonna underthrow him over. Oh, he gonna underthrow him, overthrow him. I just don't worry about like when I think of Baltimore Ravens, I think defense, not offense, man. Like they just haven't been an offensive team, a team with offense that I even enjoyed watching, man. I don't even enjoy
Hey,
watching
Jacob,
him play, bro, at all.
if you put Lamar Jackson on the Dallas Cowboys right now, they go to the Super Bowl.
That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Watch your mouth. Don't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. They don't got nothing to do with
I'm just
why
saying,
I
you
enjoy him, why
disrespecting
I
this
don't
man. This
enjoy
man's
him.
a former MVP. You talk about a former MVP, can't throw it, this can't throw it. The man won MVP now. You do know this. I'm just asking.
Okay, Steve. So how many people have you seen him overthrow and underthrow? Tell me that.
A lot. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks
Okay,
do it. He ain't the
okay.
only one, man.
I'm just not.
Your quarterback throw more interceptions than him?
I'm just.
Yeah.
See, that ain't got
I
nothing to
mean,
do with it, man.
shoot.
That ain't got nothing to do with what the conversation was saying. I said I
Cause
don't enjoy
it is,
watching him,
man. Cause
and
you always disrespected Lamar Jackson. You need to put some
and
respect on Lamar's name.
no, I don't either. It can't nobody make me.
He gonna
Like,
make you. Why would he win? Why he don't
nah,
got farther than your
bro,
quarterback done got?
bro, listen, man. Listen, bro. I'm not a
That man
fan. I've
MVP.
never been
That
a
man a
fan.
Heisman winner. What
Cause
else can
that
you?
cause
Good
that
God,
man run the ball way more than he throw the ball, man.
that's his game. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, okay. But you
I,
a QB,
He
right?
don't won at
Okay, then.
every level doing it that way though, Jay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to
Listen, man.
sit back to think. Do I really want to put ball? I almost want to agree
And
with
then
you a
Joe
little.
Burrow can't stay healthy. I don't know if he don't. If
I do.
Joe
I agree with you, Steve.
skipping
Man,
That
leg
I
day,
feel like
his I
Baltimore.
don't know if Joe Burrow leg or
Baltimore
he
Ravens
just his
going
lower
nowhere fast.
extremities don't work. But Joe Burrow always limping. He always limping.
Who's the Baltimore running backs now? Who are they running backs now?
I don't know. Lamar.
I feel like they gonna come
Hey,
back.
I can since Steve's so invested with Baltimore, man. Go ahead and name me 5 or
I
6
like
players that play
Baltimore.
for Baltimore, Steve. Go ahead and name them.
Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphreys. What's that? Not Damar Hamlin. Jamar Hamlin, the safety they drafted out of Notre Dame a few years ago. You got OBJ. You got Andrews, the tight end. You got J.K. Dobbins, the running back.
Okay.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah,
They
so
got
so
a they
you
got a tight end. They got a fullback. They old.
so
They got a
you're
fullback that
invested
will
with
knock
that
you
team.
out.
So I'm not. I couldn't tell
I'm
you
invested with all
nobody.
teams. I know. I've been studying this off season, man. I know all of them. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for season. I got every
I
roster in
don't.
my head almost.
That's one team that I care nothing about. I don't care who plays for Baltimore, and I
I
really
can't.
don't care.
I've been studying the Cowboys. I've been studying the Saints. I even said the Saints. I even watched the Saints film. I'm ready to
Okay.
go this season, man. I'm ready to go. I ain't
Well,
playing with these
I,
boys.
I do kind of. I know we ain't gonna make our predictions today. We're gonna wait till we like start the first game of the season. But I do feel like Baltimore may. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna reserve the right yet to say I don't think they're gonna win the division. I'm gonna wait till that because I'm still kind of between them.
Oh yeah, it's still early. Don't get me wrong.
But I do feel
I
like
don't
they're
know
gonna
though.
be
I
right.
think no. Hold on, Icon. Wait. You can't sleep on Cleveland, man. You don't think Deshaun Watson gonna do something?
I'm hoping he will. I want him to be the comeback story of
Me
the year.
too. See what I'm
I,
saying? That division is crazy. Then you got the second year
I,
player Kenny Pickens out there with the Steelers. I think that division like one of the most interesting divisions in football, honestly.
yeah, because Pittsburgh always gonna win just because Mike Tomlin. He always gonna have them boys ready to play. They gonna play hard, even when they got an average
Yeah,
roster. They play hard. So Pittsburgh one of them
true.
teams by a field goal or last minute play or whatever here there just because they gonna stay in the game. Like you're not gonna necessarily blow Pittsburgh out. They're gonna always stand,
Well, you know they're
especially in
not
the
gonna beat themselves. That's one thing about
yeah.
Pittsburgh. Yeah,
You know what
they're
I'm
not
saying?
gonna beat themselves. They're not gonna turn the ball over. They're not gonna get a lot of penalties. So that's one thing
Exactly.
you know about the Steelers. But my thing is though, do they have the offense that can keep up with the Joe Burrow, the Lamar Jackson, and now the Deshaun Watson? I like Cleveland out there too, man. Only thing that question me about Cleveland is their linebackers and their secondary. Their defense should be way better than it is. And they really didn't make a lot of offseason moves that I seen to really improve the defense
Hell
like
no.
that. So that's the only thing about Cleveland that hold them back.
They money
Their
left.
secondary is real
The
suspect.
Washington, they had no money. They could make no move.
Well, I mean, I'm with you on that part, man. Hey, man, listen,
I
hey,
mean,
man, say,
uh,
man. They had a lot of draft picks on defense too that just didn't pan out, especially in their secondary. They had a lot of draft picks that they got. Them guys didn't really turn out the way that they should. They kind of good. They turning the page. A lot of them still young though, so 2-3 year players. So you never know. But I kind of expect Cleveland to be in the mix definitely as well. I feel like that's a 3-team race. I do got the Steelers finishing last in that division. Who I got winning it, I don't know yet. Can't really tell you that part. I have no clue.
okay. Before we go on the next topic, everybody in the radio world, subscribe to our YouTube page at 910 Sports and Entertainment Network. So definitely subscribe to our page. Help us get those numbers up, 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 up. That's 910 Sports and Entertainment Network. If you want to book us for anything, whether you want to come on for an interview or you want to book us for an event, hit me up at icone910sports at gmail.com. So that's where you can hit us up at if you want to book us for anything. Uh, if you have a sporting event, you want to do a speaking engagement, whatever it is, hit us up at icone910sports at gmail.com. So that's where I saw a commercial or something.
Jacob will even come to your wedding.
Yep, he can come with his soulful voice, radio voice. You know what I mean?
So,
So
so the next topic is going to be ownership, Washington Commanders, including Magic Johnson, Irvin Magic Johnson, that is, and what can the NFL world expect from the Commanders and their new ownership? Um, what do you guys think will happen? Since they got Daniel Snyder out the way. He was doing a whole lot there. The
Ooh,
opposing team wasn't getting their
man.
money. He had some. He had
Man,
some.
how you holding
Some
another
allegations
million
against him.
check?
you said how
Yeah,
what?
so he had some allegations against him that's not so pretty. Some of those allegations that nobody want their name associated with, and he was just doing the most. All in the office. All in the video. You know, and Snyder boy was doing the most, man.
I'm I'm
So,
I'm happy that
but
they got past this. I'm happy that they got
right,
past this, man. I'm happy they got it beyond them. I like Magic Johnson being part of the ownership group, and I'll be giving Icon a hard time. But I really do enjoy Magic, man. Magic is good for business. A lot of places he go, you see him go up, they succeed. I think the first thing that I really wish they will go ahead and do, and I think they will do, is go ahead and get this name situation taken care of, man. Get the name situation straightened out, so that way people not wasting their money. I hope they do something to reimburse people that got the Commanders jersey now that they can't keep that name. They got to give it back. So I hope they do something to fix that part of the situation. I hope they go back and make the business
And see, that lets
right.
you know
But
how
yeah,
bad
get the name right, man. Get the name right, and then
that lets you know how bad of a
I
job.
can't hear you, Icon.
I said that lets you know how bad of a job
Yeah,
he really was doing.
yeah.
For you to drop the ball and not knowing that somebody else owned that name. You know how you go to your chamber of commerce.
Embarrassing, bro. This is
You
embarrassing. That's all you can say. It's embarrassing.
you your chamber of commerce, your LLC companies, whatever the trademark companies could tell you that. Like
Yep.
how you miss that? You're like, that don't even make any sense. Like they need to fire the whole marketing team. Again, I think Magic and Josh Harris gonna come in and clean house after this season. Like everybody going. I ain't even talking about the coaching staff. I'm talking about upper management. Most of them gonna be gone. Watch what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Most of them gonna be gone.
But I thought they had went ahead and started cleaning that stuff up, and then they had brought a woman in, and she was doing good. I thought they had went ahead and started making those type of changes
Hey,
already
but
that
all
were mandated by the league. You think they'll go ahead and just clean it up and then bring a whole new in,
that was
even though
all.
that they now in protocol?
That was all smoke screen.
I
That
got
was
you. Okay.
he started trying to save his butt. Cause see, this is what I told Jacob, and Jacob know this. And Colin Cowherd was talking about this the other day, but I just want to remind people who don't understand. In the 70s and 80s, the Washington Redskins was a top 5 team in the NFL. I'm not talking about necessarily just
I agree
winning.
with that.
I'm talking about organizational, how they ran it. The
They
Cook
were the Hall
ran it. They
then,
had
right?
20 straight years of sold out tickets in their stadium. Senators couldn't get tickets to these games. You know what I'm saying? 22 straight years. So they ran a pretty much a great organization up until
Was he the owner then, Icon?
huh?
Was he the owner then?
Who? Daniel Snyder?
Yeah.
He came in like the back end, like after they was doing the streak, but he came in and kind of single handedly ruined it after that. Like he kind of benefited from it at first in the first few years, but then he just like every year got worse and worse and worse with the decision making, or whether it was coaching, whether it was his dumb self, just whatever it was going on, it just kept getting worse. And then the stadium issues they was having, and it was just they were having issue after issue after issue. I don't know how this man became a billionaire because when it comes to running any kind of this type of organization, he has no clue what he's doing.
Well,
None.
you can become a billionaire by just making the right investments. You put your money in the right spot, it come back right. That ain't got nothing to do with running it.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of how what Mark Cuban did. Mark Cuban had
I
one.
take it. Shit. I mean, shoot. I'm sorry.
We don't stay on no radio. You keep cursing.
I said shoot.
Lord have
God,
mercy. And Steve-O, come on, man.
you got to get. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send all.
So, man,
I'm gonna make you do the editing. You keep on.
so
Jay, what you
so
think
we gonna
about
move
this
on
situation,
from
Jacob?
talking about the Commanders.
Yeah.
I think it's great they got rid of him. I think that he kind of destroyed the legacy because I got family members that's been Washington fans while I was born, so I remember them talking about the late great Jack Kent Cook and how he ran the organization, and
Mm-hmm.
how it was honest, it was loyalty, integrity, just within the organization itself, and you had players who really couldn't really stand Daniel Snyder, man, because the things he did, off the field that made the whole organization look bad, and that reflected on not only to the upper management, in the front office, but that reflected on the players too. Cause players want to be able to enjoy the off season without hearing all that gibber jabberish and stuff like that, man. So, but he just made it hard for everybody to really even enjoy being affiliated with the Washington organization. Excuse me.
And I
Okay.
think you think about this. The last week since they bought the team, this ain't even been a week yet. It's been a week. The ticket sales has gone up, and fans participating in training camp practices have gone just in the last week.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, get what? If
That-
you put a good product on the field, then get what? It's on and popping. I
That's
always
how
feel
bad.
like Washington fan base has just been waiting to be rejuvenated. Because I got an uncle that's a diehard Redskin fan. He always talk about the Hogs and back in the day, y'all run game and couldn't nobody stop them boy rushing the ball. So I mean, I feel like there's a fan base that definitely needs to be rejuvenated. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. But right now it's gonna be tough. Cowboys humming and Philly is just getting started.
Well,
So
like question you asked me the other day when you said, "Well, they gonna make the playoffs this year, or Magic gonna turn around?" I said, "Well, Magic, he ain't Jesus. They ain't gonna change the whole thing around in 1 year. You know, that quick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's right. But y'all think you're gonna see
yeah,
some
I
improvement?
really don't like Ron Rivera personally. I think y'all need to get a new young coach,
Oh
get some
yeah,
young, innovative, offense. Yeah, get rid of Ron Rivera, man. Come on.
he definitely gonna be going after this year because only way I see them making the playoffs this year is if Sam Howell is better than advertised. That's the only why I see them making the playoffs. If
It's
he's better,
possible.
if
And
he's in
you're gonna have to.
Taylor,
You owe me steak. You owe me a steak. Then if that boy go off, you owe me a steak because I told you.
if he get us Taylor Heineke, then they can make the playoffs. If he's that good,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
playoffs. But if he's throwing the ball all over the lot, throwing interceptions all over the lot to the other team, like Carson Wentz and choking at the end of games, then yeah, we're gonna be right where we at.
I think his
We're gonna
weapons.
be.
I think y'all weapons are so elite, man. I think y'all weapons would make an average quarterback look good. That's just
That's what
me.
I'm saying.
Because all
They
you gotta
only have
do
to
is
throw.
you really have to be if you game manager in Washington with that defense and those weapons, you're good. You are
Yeah,
awesome.
throw 10-yard routes. Only throw the ball past. If you can't get the ball 15 yard, and the thing about with him, he can run a little bit too. So he
Yeah,
got
you
he got
can.
he got legs on him. So he kind of like he almost like a Cam Newton, like a smaller Cam Newton, the way he runs the ball. If you watch him in Carolina, he runs the ball real aggressively.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I would have gave him more. I would say more of a Marcus Murray. No, he ain't that fast. He ain't that
Oh,
fast.
but
No, I ain't gonna take no chance.
but I'm just saying the aggressive part of
Yeah.
aggressive part of his Cam Newton, but it's more like Tim Tebow. But he'll try to run you over like Cam Newton.
I give to Andrew Luck. Actually, he played like a lot like Andrew Luck, and back in
Andrew,
Stanford. Even though I don't know if you watched him at Stanford, but Andrew Luck was running people over like that at Stanford.
yeah, Andrew
He'll
Luck.
he'll lower his shoulder. He wasn't going out of bounds. Andrew Luck. That's why he had them problems that he had already because he take them
He
shots out there,
when he ran the ball.
huh?
He looked like Peyton Manning when he ran the ball in the NFL. So what happened to his legs from college to the pro?
No, Andrew Luck. You gotta go. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
You gotta go watch the tape. Andrew Luck had wheels.
Okay. I'm gonna be talking about.
You might be thinking. We might be thinking about it. Now later in his career. Yeah, okay. After he had the broke back and the
He
discus.
was
Yeah,
fast for Patrick Mahomes. Ain't really that fast. He just quick.
that's true. That's true.
Um,
What we got next?
Next up, what else I want to talk about? I want to talk about this Aaron Rodgers taking a pay cut. So do y'all think him taking a pay cut has to do with they're trying to do a Tom Brady type run? Basically meaning they're taking a pay cut so they can start looking at the landscape of players to bring in, maybe doing training camp or even trade deadline to try
Yeah,
to
it's for Dalvin Cook. If you ask me.
you just think it's just for Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's for Dalvin Cook. As constructed, they couldn't bring him in for anything because you got to sign him to the Saquon Barkley type deal, 10 or 11 million. And right now, I don't think they're nowhere near that in the cap. I think they only have like 5 or 6 mil left after they sign all their rookies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they would have to. To me, if he does go ahead and declare they restructure or something like that, then it would be to bring
I
in Dalvin
thought
Cook. I
I
think
thought he took a $35 million cut.
who?
Aaron
I
Rodgers.
haven't seen it reported from Shefty. I'll be waiting on Adam Schefter to show me some. A lot of the other places are reporting it, but I ain't seen Shefty say it. So,
Oh, okay. Shefty like Woj.
Woj,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I think if he does decide to do that, that's just because he's trying to do a Tom Brady. He's trying to see what Tom Brady did by taking a smaller deal and was able to basically a super team to win that championship.
So, quick question. So, talking about Aaron Rodgers, right? So, who would you say is the best quarterback right now, as far as if you're going to rank the quarterbacks just in the AFC East? Were you going to put Josh Allen first? You put Aaron Rodgers first? You put Tua first?
Um,
But
I would
definitely
have
not Tua.
I would have to put Aaron Rodgers because I just not I like Josh Allen, but I'm not like after last year. Jacob kind of opened my eyes when he was telling me like how bad he
Yeah,
turned.
Jacob.
He just kind of
Yeah,
like to
he
me.
did say that. Lad, I will give. Last 2 years, Jacob been telling us Josh Allen is not it. He did
Yeah,
say that.
better to me. It's like he kind of I ain't gonna say he digressed last year, but he was kind of the same. He didn't really get any better to me. So I'm just like that's why they ended up being in the same situation they was the year before. where they kind of got stopped before they got to the Super Bowl. Because to me, I just don't think that he don't have the it factor to me. You know what I mean, or whatever. No, I no, I don't know. So I would say Aaron. I think Aaron Rodgers gives the jet because I think last year Aaron Rodgers did a what you just talked about with Lamar Jackson. I think Aaron Rodgers
Oh
just
yeah,
kind
he got He didn't
of,
want
but I
to
ain't
be there.
myself out here. What? And then I guess at the end, he kind of the end it was coming, so he said, "I'm gonna push hard enough at the end to try to get us in the playoffs." And then when it didn't happen, he, like, you know what? I'm good. Send me somewhere else. And I think I think he gonna look like Aaron Rodgers from 2 years ago with what he got.
Who wins the AFC East right now? I know it's early, but who is the leader in your if you ranking the divisions over there? Who you got power ranking number 1, 2, or 3, and 4 in the AFC East?
If Tua stay healthy, I'm gonna say Miami. I
So
just
you
think
got Miami at number 1.
they weapons. They weapons are ridiculous. If Tua stay healthy, I think they can win the division.
True. Jalen Ramsey got hurt today. Now you see he out 6 to 8 weeks.
Who?
Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback.
He ain't gonna make that. He
He
overrated.
in Miami. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm just saying.
So it don't they still got Xavier. Don't they still got Xavier Howard? The
Yeah. Oh
guy,
yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
overrated.
What you
No.
think, Jacob? Who you got right now? If you had the power rank the East, who you got right now in the AFC East as your number 1 spot? Okay.
I'm gonna say Brett Favre, man. Hey,
You said Brett Favre.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I said this, Steve-O. I
I
said
already
that
know why.
if you look at the pattern, man, it's like he following the same regiment that Brett Favre did. So
Yep. He
I
going
just
to
call him
Minnesota next.
I just call him Baby Favre, man. That's all. But yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is, he trying to do the same thing Brady did, and I think it can be done, and I think that if he is able to even get them to that championship round before the Super Bowl, that's that's gonna do a lot for the Jets organization. Meaning that if he can come back another season after this one, more people want to come over there and play.
Yeah. Well, the only
But
difference between
Yeah.
this situation and Tom Brady's smart because he knew he was in a sorry division in the AFC East, and then he went to a worse division in the AFC South when he got there. But at the time, AFC South was so bad that the only team that could beat him in the division was for some weird reason was the Saints. And now everybody hyping the Saints up, and I think they're making the Saints out better than what they are. Like I
Saints
don't see why picking the Saints.
trash.
Hold on. What you said, Ison? Hold on. You breaking up on me. You said who went down there?
I said Tom Brady went to Tampa.
Oh,
He
the
went
Tampa.
from
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
terrible division to another terrible division
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
at that time. And the only team that basically could beat them was the Saints. And Drew Brees was on his last leg. But the
Yep.
only team for some reason, but now everybody got hyping up the Saints like they're gonna be the next, like they're gonna win the division. And I'm like, I
Nah.
don't see them. I see Atlanta winning the division before I see the Saints winning the division. I really do.
Yeah, me too. I do. And this is because the Saints. Again, you got Derek Carr. I mean, that didn't really move the needle for me. You know what I mean? We did on defense that moved the needle more our way than that. It's just all about who's gonna stay healthy too, man. But the Atlanta got a dynamic offense that they running out there too with that boy Bijan Robinson, man. That
Mm-hmm.
guy, that kid, he's most Christian McCaffrey mixed with a lot of Ricky Williams. That's a high praise, ain't gonna lie. But the way he explosive like that and he can get away from folks, man, I ain't seen nobody run away from people like that and be that big since.
Yeah,
And I mean, he coming out of Texas, but Ricky Williams, man, that was the last time I seen somebody do something like that.
yeah. I mean, if he can be as good as advertised, then with them having him, Pitts, it's crazy
Yeah,
they would have
London.
kept
It's just
Ridley.
all about the quarterback spot, man. Can the kid be? And we don't need. You're gonna have to be a little bit more than a game manager in Atlanta. You can't do that. You ain't got enough weapons and defense for you to really do that because everybody's young. And the whole team is young. The quarterback really should be the old head. You really want an old vet quarterback who can
Mm-hmm.
elevate everybody around you. But now everybody's on the team. The average player on our team is 22. Like they did the average the average age on the team. Like we 22, we the youngest team. So how would that translate? So I don't know. We'll see. I
Well,
can't
we
wait for
got
football season to
Hold,
start,
hold,
man.
hold
That's
on
all
now,
I
Steve.
can't wait.
Hold on, Steve. This is what I'm gonna tell
What's up,
you.
Jay? What you
Y'all
got?
got the young, y'all got the little young quarterback, but don't be surprised about in the fifth or sixth game of the season when Heineke take over. Why? I tell you.
I wouldn't
Why?
be surprised. No, if he struggles, the coaches already said that he's not married to anybody. He's the coach came out and said that the first day of training camp. So I mean, I'm with you.
and the thing
The
about it,
division gonna be so bad, you probably can still win with 7 wins. 7 to 8 wins gonna win the division. So
and it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny if Heineke come out there and he play against us in Atlanta. It's gonna be like deja vu a couple of years ago when we
he
came to
played
Atlanta.
up here and won that game at the last second. I had me walking out of there mad.
Yeah, we gotta put something on it. We gotta put something on it.
I bet
Put
ballers.
something.
Whatever you like to drink.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put something on that one. Yeah. That's it. But they game, the crazy part about it, again, since I've been in Atlanta, every time Atlanta plays against Washington, I've been to every game since I lived in Atlanta. And
It's
them
been walk
games
off. It's been a
so
walk off situation.
yeah, almost every
I'll
game.
never forget. I
Crazy.
thought we had lost. I can't look. Hold on. I thought we lost one year. I was walking out. I'm mad. I'm taking my jersey off in the parking lot, and next thing I hear, "Roar!" Everybody cheering, and Robert Alford don't pick y'all off for a pick six. I don't know why y'all threw the ball, but y'all threw it pick six, and we don't walk
Yeah, I
the
remember that
ball.
year.
And
My
I'll never
brother,
forget Kirk Cousins threw that.
my brother-in-law nephew was there with me, and they were getting in all his friends. And cause when I be in the section, it'd be all the Atlanta Falcon fans, and then me. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be crazy. But I was talking cash joint last 2 years. 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. I was
Yeah,
talking
last
that.
year was a good game too, though. Remember last year we got stopped at the one. We was in Washington. We got stopped at the 1 yard line. Game was over. That was a good one
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
We always Cowboys when we play them though.
You what now?
I said we always whoop them old Cowboys when we play them.
The devil's a lie. I rebuke you.
You another one. You better go look up the last 3 games we played against y'all.
You talking about 3 games from a
I just
lifetime of
said
we
that
can
that's the
play one
last
of
3. That's all I can go off, Jacob. Now I can't go off
them. Yeah,
nothing. I
okay.
can't
Okay.
get to the 80s
But
and
but
90s.
but
I
but
wouldn't.
but Steve, I don't even think of the Falcons when I think of football, so that's irrelevant.
Who y'all play? Y'all
That's
playing.
okay. I know. It's okay.
Where y'all played this year? Atlanta or Dallas?
No, we don't play them this year. We don't play them this year.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
an
yeah.
easy.
Oh,
Our
so
schedule's
and
relatively
y'all
easy, man. We play.
admit.
Listen, let me tell you what's something unique about the Falcons. We play every rookie quarterback this year.
Oh wow.
We play Bryce Young first. We play C.J. Stroud later on, and then we play the what's the other the Colts. We play the Colts later on too.
So that's weird. No,
Oh,
that's
and we play Tennessee. So if you throw Will Levis in there, we get to see him too. So we get all of them. We play Tennessee too.
Anthony. You talking about Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
Yeah, we play him too. We play the Colts,
Oh,
and no,
y'all,
we play Tennessee too with Will Levis. So yeah, we play all of them
I'm easy.
legitly.
Yeah, y'all should get 4
Say
picks
what?
again.
Hey man, hey, you can't underestimate these guys. But Bryce, they say Bryce out there throwing picks in practice against the Carolina Panthers. So I don't know.
Oh, I mean, it's they
He
all
having
rookie.
a hard time seeing over the offensive line.
All are gonna throw picks. Look how
He having to
fast them.
stay in shotgun because he can't see over the line.
Yeah,
And Steve, it's funny you say that because I told people that they asked me who I picked, Young or Stroud. I said Stroud all day. Stroud 6'3.5", almost 6'4", bro. He can see over the line, man.
Yeah, he can't see over the line. They having to keep Bryce Young in the shotgun because when he go on the center, he has to drop. He's having to look on his tippy toes. You know, everybody. Drew Brees was good at that. Everybody can't do that. So
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
So,
that was like Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke's 6 feet tall. That's what limits him more than anything else. He can't see over the line. That game we played y'all a couple of years ago, I'm watching. It we one side of the field. He could only see one side of the field at a time. Because you know what I'm saying. He's so short. He got to scan on one side. He can't see the whole field at one time.
yeah,
You know? So he was missing. He kept missing open receivers, and by the time he get back on them, they be covered. So he have to
yeah,
always throw down and do check downs and throw in the area that he could see first, or the first open receiver he see. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing that Bryce Young gonna have. He gonna have to roll out a lot. He gonna be in shotgun a lot, to get his plays off.
But that's gonna limit your offense, Icon. There's a defense. You stay in shotgun. There's certain ways you can set your defense and them defensive ends. Jacob know that you can set them defensive ends out wide. If they know you in shotgun, they're gonna get you every time because they're just gonna set them in that wide nine. And you put that joker way out there. You know how far that offensive lineman got to kick his leg to get out there to get to him. And then you open
Now,
yourself up for them games and stunts inside. So I mean, you can do it, but good luck.
now this is what now this is that moment in time when that great running back comes handy.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Now this is
They
when you get
traded
the run.
him to San Francisco.
I know that, but I'm just saying you could get like let's say next year in the draft, they that might be what they need. They might need another running back than they need a wide
Oh
receiver.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're gonna definitely need a wide receiver.
They're gonna need a
Yeah, I
wide
agree.
receiver.
I agree with that.
They're gonna need a
I
running
mean, but
back.
again, running backs are a dime. Oh, speaking of running backs, hold on. Jacob, wait, Jacob, you still here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
How tall is your running back y'all drafted out of Kansas State? How tall is he?
He's 6'4", 230.
No, he ain't. I'm talking about the little one, the short one.
The short one. I think he like what 5'9", 5'10".
Sheesh. He looked like a little kid out there, bro.
Yeah.
Have you
But
seen the videos of him at practice?
yeah,
Now he can move. He can scoop. Now
yeah.
I ain't making
He's
fun of
fast.
him.
He's real fast.
He can. Oh, he like Darren Sproles for real. Y'all got Darren Sproles. That's what y'all just drafted.
Yeah, but let's.
If you want to give me my NFL comparison,
well, he like the things about the little running backs like that, man. You know, it's some huge linebackers, huge defensive ends, man,
oh boy, you better get down.
and it's some huge cornerbacks nowadays, man. So you know, the only thing that scared me by them little shifty and nifty backs, man, like man, if they can't shift that thing, stop on a dime and go right, then go back left like Barry Sanders, man, boy, you gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, Devontae Freeman found that out the hard way.
Well,
Yeah,
ain't now my man out in Kansas City, ain't he like that short, like 5'10"?
Who? Pacheco?
Yeah, Bancaro, whatever his name is, Benchro, whatever his
Yeah,
name is.
Pacheco. But he built it's hard to kind of explain. But the dude he run behind his pads though. I've never seen him take a real like a big solid hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he don't run upright.
and Steve, another thing about him, he run in between them gaps really well.
Who does?
Pacheco.
Boy, y'all talking about?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Pacheco.
yeah.
You know,
He's always
cause
falling forward. That's the mark of a good running back to me, bro. You're always falling forward. He's never getting knocked back. I've never seen him really get knocked back. He
Thing
always
is,
falling forward.
defend him because he like the last person you're thinking about. So it's
yeah,
kind
and
of hard.
then you right,
True.
and then man, another thing about him, man, is if you look at the running backs now, either they shifty, they like doing a 46 power, 47 sweep, 48 power, or are they like doing like the halfback dive, or or like the 46 power, the 48 power, just up the gut. But a running back that know how to stay low and shoot through them gaps, man, between that tackle and that pulling guard, because if with the offensive line, if your team has a great pulling guard, man, you got something, man. And
Yeah.
and you know, people don't talk about the guards that pull, but a great pulling guard, man, that open up that lane where you can shoot through that gap, man, and at least get anywhere from 5 to 7 yards every carry, man. You got.
Yeah, I'm tell you what I teach my defensive lineman to do. If you want to get a good pulling guard, right before he get ready to pull, Jacob, I need you to just grab the inside of that goddamn jersey. Inside of that jersey just a little bit.
We had to send all this editing.
Then Steve, man,
It's little tricks you can do to
And
slow him
you
down,
got
but it's
it,
hard though. When you play against a good pulling guard,
like
bro, he come around there and slap you in the mouth.
so.
Yeah, he changed your whole defense.
Oh yeah, man. And so on another note, 97 million, well deserved by my boy Diggs.
Stop it. Stop.
So come on, Steve, come on, bro,
He's an
come on,
interception
man.
machine. If you paying
Man.
97 million for intercept, he's an interception. To you about that part. Now. He could probably play wide receiver.
He used
definitely.
to before he went to college. He
You can
used to
tell. You can tell.
Yeah, because remember he
Saban
was mad.
changed his position in college.
He was mad, and you know his brother had to talk him into it. Because remember when he first got to Alabama, and Nick Saban switched him over to corner. They said that Stephon had to call him and like, bruh, just go in there and ball out. Don't worry about it, because he didn't want to do it.
For real, I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
a story on that where he was trying to be like his big brother and be receiver. He got to Nick Saban. Nick Saban put him at corner. They said, he got mad, didn't want to do it. Stephon had to call him and be like, basically like, bruh, like just go in there and ball out, you know what I mean, or whatever. And and that's his history.
So
Dang, I didn't know that. That's what's up.
Steve, we gonna jump into something that you know about this scouting report better than me and Icon do. So the Georgia Bulldogs, can
Two-time national champion.
we anticipate them to repeat? And why do you say that? And why don't others think they can repeat? Because they did lose a lot.
Yeah. I was going through my Facebook memories the other day, and your name popped up on that, Jacob.
Of course they did, man. I'm a superstar.
They did, and it said, Steve, the Georgia Bulldogs ain't gonna repeat this year. They ain't doing it again. That's what it said. Now I even screenshot. I started sending it to you.
I
And I
can
said,
remember when
I told you last year that this team. I told both of y'all last year that this team this year would be better than last year's team, and they definitely will.
Schedule was worse than his team.
Yeah, now I can now I can. Did we know? Hold on. Now Tennessee was the number one team in the nation last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't do that to us. It ain't our fault that these teams ain't no good. Tennessee was number one. Florida is it Florida? Is it our fault that Florida ain't no good? Because Florida's on our schedule.
Well, this
they
is the
trash.
thing I hear this year. I don't want to hear this year how
They
good
big trash.
SEC. I don't want to hear that this year now.
You want to hear what now? Hold on, what you said?
I don't want all these people telling me how good the SEC is this year.
Oh, it is. And we're going to see week one. Because week one, you got South Carolina versus North Carolina. That's the first game of the season.
Yeah,
And
the
I got
Battle of
South Carolina. I got South Carolina winning that game. I sure do. Yep.
They're going to tell us what?
I'm just saying, it's just a measuring stick. And then we got another one. Hold on, it's another one, too. I think another one, SEC, ACC game to kick off.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on, Steve, before you move on.
Yeah,
last year, North Carolina, only the two teams that had to work, the two worst defenses in the league, that had the two best offenses in the league was USC and North Carolina. North Carolina couldn't stop a cold last year. They couldn't stop a snail from going across the dog.
That's right, but you got a Heisman Trophy candidate over there this year. That's what they said.
They what?
They said he's a Heisman Trophy candidate, number one overall pick candidate. That's what they said.
That defense was giving up.
Yeah, they said that.
That defense is straight.
I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. If that man is Caleb Williams, like y'all say he is, Caleb Williams overcame all that and had USC right there on the cusp. If Mays is what you say he is, up there in Tobacco Row, out there where y'all sell all that backer, out there in North Carolina, old Tar Heel Nation. if he is what they say he is, he'll have them whooping up on the SEC South Carolina week one.
Mac Brown's so old, he think he's still out there coaching the Johnson boys.
No. You know what, Icon? Boy, you know what? You know what, man? Check the front door, man. You know what? You ain't have to say all that.
I'm just saying, you got 105 years old.
Come on, let's do Mac Brown like that. Mac Brown and Nick Saban
Mac
about
old
the same
man.
age.
No, man, Mac Mac Brown so old, man. I'm starting to think he partied the Red Sea with Moses.
Yeah,
He
Mac,
walked through.
go sit down with Coach K and Roy Williams and whatever. He need
But
to go
I'm
Like
sit
just
down.
saying, the SEC,
like Steve for
the
real. Mac
ACC has
Brown.
always been. Oh, hold on. I know. Okay, now we talking about college football. Y'all did hear that Dion and them are leaving the Pac-12, right? It's official. They are
Yeah.
gone
They going where?
to the Big Ten.
Uh-uh.
Y'all think
I
going to
thought
the Big Ten or the Big
I
12? Which
thought
one got TCU? Which one got TCU? Them.
that's the Big 12.
Uh,
That's where you going. Big 12. My bad. That Big 12.
so
My
he going
fault.
down with, with Texas, Oklahoma gone. So he going down there with TCU. Ain't nobody really down there. That's dominating.
TCU, Baylor, Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah, they gonna be 11-1, 12-0 in the next 3 years. They going down there. He going down there. He gonna get
Yep.
all them. He gonna get all them
All them
Texas.
Texas kids. Yep.
All them.
Yeah,
And he
so
Southern kid himself. You know he from Florida, but he said he still got that same kind of Southern charm about him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he'll still recruiting in Texas. I
so Steve, this is what I'm gonna say about Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah,
Oh, my
that was
fault.
a
Yeah, back
massive
to Georgia. My fault.
that was a
My
massive
fault.
that was a massive beatdown that y'all gave TCU. But this is what I'm gonna
That was
say.
a close game. That game was close.
stop it.
Yeah, man, so this is what I'm gonna say. But for them to do all that in 1 year and get to the national championship, that was still impressive to me. You know what I mean? And no, I didn't think they was gonna beat Georgia because Georgia just was stacked and had too much. But for them to make a run like that and for all season and just sweep everybody through the playoffs like that to get to
Who
the
you talking about,
championship
TCU
play,
or Georgia?
yeah, TCU, man,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. Now, TCU, yeah, they beat Michigan. They beat a formidable team. Michigan was a good team, for real. I mean,
yeah,
everybody had Michigan in the playoff. Michigan was rightfully in the playoffs, so it wasn't no questions about them. Ohio State was the team that everybody was questioning, and even they gave we won because of a missed goal. If they execute
right.
properly, Georgia Bulldogs don't even repeat. So,
But
you know,
see, you got to give me credit. I had told you and KB the whole entire season, half the season,
what?
Michigan that Ohio State was not going to beat me. Remember, I kept telling y'all that. I kept
Yeah,
telling.
I didn't have Michigan repeating it. I didn't have Michigan winning that game again. I really did, and I
Yeah,
definitely didn't have
I
them winning it in that
Ohio.
convincingly of a fashion. But yeah,
Man, but I
Yeah.
don't think I'm one of them people that don't ever think Michigan going to the national championship. They just good, but they just good enough to get to the playoffs. You ask me. I don't ever think they're a team that's gonna get to the national championship, man. You know
And the
what I mean?
question is, are they going to lose one of their first 4 games with Harbaugh being suspended for the first?
man, did you see that schedule for the first 4 game? I can't. They're
But
gonna
they
win
always
by average of 40.
play them teams close. Them teams play them close.
You're right. That's true. You never know. And it's early in the season, so you're right. Can't overlook anybody. But now, the
But
Florida
you
State. Now we got Florida State coming on the show tomorrow, right? So we got Florida State coming on in the morning. We even got one of the old players. He
right,
played from 2020 through 2023. So we got them coming on, man. You know they are predicted to actually win the ACC and make the college football playoffs this year.
I can I can I can put 100 up right now that Florida State won't beat Clemson. You better believe
I
that they
said the
won't beat.
same thing. That's what I said. I said Clemson was going to be the team that they have to go through.
And then Steve, TCU fired their offensive coordinator, and now Dabo got him down there at Clemson. So it's gonna be a whole different offensive ran from what we used to seeing in the South. You know, cause he coming out, and that fella like the West Coast offense. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he can put together.
Well, if Clemson go back to what they had about 2 3 years ago with them big linemen on the defensive line, the offensive line, I know Florida State ain't gonna beat them. If they
Well,
looking like
Clemson, that hasn't been their problem though. Clemson the offense. They couldn't get offense clicking, man.
I mean, that too. But I'm just saying, if they get that when Clemson front four is right on both ends of the ball, they dang near unstoppable. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
we beat them 10-3. It wasn't like we couldn't score on them. Their defense is raw. Their defense is on point. But
Right.
it's just their offense has been so abysmal these last few years. It's been crazy. Like,
But man, we got we got like 5-star quarterbacks now, man. So
yeah.
that drafting class still been really really good. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. And believe it or not, man, Miami got a pretty good recruiting class, man. I was looking, at
Yeah, last year they got a good
yeah,
game, man.
I was
That's
looking
true.
at the college sports magazine online today, and you know, it's gonna
You seen what
it's
Uncle
gonna be
Luke
hit or
said,
miss.
didn't you?
I say 8.
Hold on, y'all seen what Uncle Luke said today, right?
He say.
Icon, did you see what Uncle Luke tweeted today?
Mm.
Uncle Luke tweeted that if TVD, which is y'all quarterback, can stay healthy, that the Miami Hurricane will go undefeated and win national championship. That's what
No,
Uncle Luke
I
said
don't
no.
today.
no no no.
Ball
I don't know about all that. You
moves
know,
like Peyton Manning. Tyler Van Dyke cannot even run, so no, that's not going to happen. 2, they have
I'm gonna
Florida
tell
State.
you what
They have Florida State and Clemson on the schedule.
Uncle
That's
Luke said.
right there, more than likely. They got who did they play last year that was a close game? I was mad because they should have beat them.
They play Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, they should have beat them. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if Texas A&M any better this year. You would know better than we do, or I
They
do.
should be. They should.
So
No, seriously. They really should. They
that's
should
gonna
be
be
much improved and
they the
competing for
most.
the West. Honestly.
if we beat Texas
I
A&M
don't
that
know,
first.
Steve,
Because if
man.
not,
Like
Jimbo gonna owe somebody some money. If not, Jimbo gonna owe somebody some money. And them folk gonna want their money back. Because Jimbo ain't delivered on his return. They gave Jimbo 2 Cadillacs. They gave Jimbo like a 10-bedroom house. They cast Jimbo out to come down there. And he ain't gave them nothing back. So
Yeah,
nothing at
yeah.
all.
I don't
Nothing
know.
at
We gonna
all.
early because like I said, we play Clemson. And then that Florida State. Now we gonna have to get some kind of. We got to at least play Florida State like decent. We can't get blown out like we did last year. Last year was ridiculous.
yeah, Nikon. Yeah, that
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how that hurts so many levels. Cause recruiting, that hurts. It hurts like booster wise and bragging
Mm-hmm.
rights. And these kids care about what these rappers and athletes lay their hats at. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all had a lot of hip hop people saying Miami did, Miami that, and when y'all lost that game, bro, it was gone. So
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
man.
We got to show up. We got at least got to play to like a touchdown field goal game. You can't be
Right.
getting beat 40 to something at half. You know,
That's right. That's right. So um, another thing I want to talk about is so many people from the baseball world and people that follow baseball that commentators that follow baseball and talk about baseball, and even some of the other athletes that play basketball and football, the boxers and stuff. And so everybody been talking about that if the Braves don't win the World Series again, that they're going to be highly disappointed.
You put a jinx on that. Don't do that.
Ain't
Don't do
nobody, man. Let me talk, Steve. Can I talk, bro? I ain't said it. Like everybody that like a lot of people that like the Braves don't even live in Atlanta. So
That's true.
therefore, you can
Vegas is
hush
high
on
on the Braves right now. I agree with
that.
you right now. I agree.
So
No.
so they're wondering, can they make their run again? And as far as I've been seeing this year, it looks like it's a 90% chance they can. But
I agree. But baseball, man. Like I know Jay. But hey, man, one bad one, and especially in a 3-game, in a 7-game series, one bad start, bro, you kill everything.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like the Philadelphia, like the Phillies last year. Like they just couldn't get right. They
Take
couldn't
that
get
shot
right
at
from that.
Chris. Philly.
Yeah,
They
that's
couldn't
what
get.
I remember. I told you that. Steve, has your team peaked too early?
Yeah,
Because
no, you said that. Yeah, no, that's real.
I might not
And
watch
then,
baseball, but when you get to them playoffs, like you said, you get bad pitching matchups. All of a sudden, the bat go cold. You know what I'm
yep.
saying? Whatever the case may be, and then next thing you know, you down 0-2 in the series.
Listen, man, I done spent $200 on a playoff game and sat there and the Braves got 2 hits the whole day. So you
Look,
can't
Steve, but
tell me.
this what I ain't
I
understand
know
about
how that
Philly.
feels, my boy. That's a bad feeling. Your team get 2 hits the whole day.
bro. This what I can't understand. How you have no strikeouts in 5 innings? No strikeouts, bro, in 5 innings. Like I just wonder why was the pitcher pitching that bad, man? And
Man, baseball, man, ebbs and flows, and then the weather change, and it's
it
ebbs
was
and
just
flows, man.
one.
That's why I love baseball because that very next pitch, everything can change. That's why I love baseball. That's it.
Yeah, because
Right. It was.
be the worst
It
team
was.
in in April and be the best team in baseball in August. I ain't in baseball is the weirdest sport I ever seen where a team could
Mm-hmm.
be flat out terrible. And it just like that movie Major League. You could truly be terrible, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden you got the lady sitting up with the cardboard box sitting in the owner sitting in the locker room, and you peeling off body parts or whatever, pulling off clothing parts. Like, that's crazy.
It is, man. And then, man, I don't see how you went through three pitchers and all of them act like they forgot how to throw strikes.
Man, listen, man, it happened, man. I've seen it, man. It happened. That pressure,
Yeah.
Especially
baseball in the playoffs, the pressure of baseball, and the pressure and magnitude of, like you said, every pitch counts. So you gotta think it's stress on every pitch. You gotta make every pitch perfect in the playoffs, man.
that's why
So
I love about baseball because like if you even if you sitting at home watching it, you like especially get down to like the NLCS and the ALCS World
hmm
Series, and it's like you see the breath coming off the players, they breathing out hard, and you know what I'm saying, and then the pitcher
with
he's stopping between every pitch. He got to say no every 3 times before he throw the ball. And, you know what I mean? And then the batter got to joint his gloves 10 times before he swings. That's why they
yeah,
try
you
to change.
can't do that no more though, Icon. You know that, right?
That's why they had to change the rules in the baseball because
hmm
of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it take too long, man. But I love the game now. I can sit and watch the game literally in 2 hour, hour and a half. I ain't got to spend all night
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah. Yeah,
you
man.
know, the game.
And man, it's great, man. I'm glad to see, like, cause I always, even though I wasn't a Braves fan, my pops, my brothers, and all them Braves fans,
Shame on you.
but nah, bro, I'm a diehard Yankees fan, bro, diehard, bro, diehard. As a kid, when I used to see Reggie Jackson slap that thing over the Raptors like that, man, I was like, oh yeah, I'm hooked. You know what I mean? So I was out. Reggie Jackson converted me to be a Yankees fan for sure.
I got
But but anyway, man, when it was like Terry Pendleton and all them boys playing together, Dave Justice, everybody wanted to see them like win multiple championships together because that team was so well put together and so solid, man.
you. Yeah.
Like I was like, wow, man, how can
Yeah,
this
man.
many
We got
great?
Snakes
How can
then,
man?
man. Who was that? The Cleveland Indians came in here and got us, man. They
Yeah,
they
I was like,
they stopped
how,
that. They stopped the train.
yeah, I
When I
said, how many?
phrase
How
back
can
then,
it be this many Hall of Famers on one team? That's crazy. I was
Well, you
like, this is
had to.
crazy.
You had to think them boy won what 13 divisions back to back, 13
Right.
division
yeah,
titles.
because
That's
I was a
ridiculous.
Bonds fan. I hated the Braves. I hated that. Oh, I hated everything about the Braves. The pitching, the players. I respected them. Don't get me wrong, but I hated them with a passion. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I was so when they used to get beat when they used to choke in the World Series. I used
Yeah,
to,
man.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
So
but not
so
like
I
like them
I
now.
want I want to ask y'all this right here though, Icon. And before I go, man, I want y'all to tell me who y'all got in this fight and why.
Ooh, this is tough. I've been asked this question so much, man. I like both of these young cats, bro. I like both of these brothers. I'm glad they doing this. I'm glad they both getting paid. It's like one of the biggest purse splits on both sides ever. So I'm glad they doing it for boxing. Boxing need this. Cause you gotta think, bro, boxing was dying for a long time. Didn't nobody care about boxing. Once Floyd Mayweather got up out of there, that thing was over with.
I
So
think Spence gonna win though.
just to get back to the question though, I'm gonna go with Bud, man. I'm gonna go with Bud.
I'm gonna go with Crawford. I think this Crawford just slightly. I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way, but I think Crawford just slightly better.
I think Spence got better defense.
He gonna
You know,
need it.
because we all know Crawford gonna come at him hard, man. But I
Yeah.
think
Mm-hmm.
Spence is just a little bit more agile and got better defense. And and I think that Spence, his legs hold up better.
Crawford like one of them little kids in the neighborhood that wanted to fight for no reason,
Right, right.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm going.
just look like he just look
Yeah, like he just
he just
wanted to
look
just fight
aggressive.
for no reason, bro.
But
Crawford
see,
just
but
look
I think Spence Steve is that kid that know that you gonna bother him. He gonna stay quiet, but when you bother him, he gonna he gonna fire you up.
We're
You
gonna
know what I
see,
mean?
man. We are officially less than 24 hours away. The fight come on at 11 o'clock tomorrow night. We are officially less than 24 hours away.
okay. Well, before we go, man, let me say this. Before we go, I want to send the prayers to Bronny James because that's a big deal. But until we know exactly the whole reason why cardiac arrest, because if it's a large heart or a what I mean, a irregular heart, he may not be able to play because ain't nobody gonna want to touch him for one, and two, he might never get cleared if he got those two.
Yeah,
Right, right. And
So
and, and,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
just
I agree.
yeah, I want to send the same prayer, man. Major blessings and prayers to the James family. Bronny get well soon, and want to send a special prayer to KB. His great aunt passed away. My cousin Sally, which is his granddad's sister, and she passed away recently. So,
sorry,
prayers up for the fam.
sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear. Now, I was gonna say this too, Steve, because Jacob didn't know that uh, that Bronny was a millionaire playing, like a millionaire sports player, gaming player. He was already a
Yeah,
millionaire
yeah.
gaming.
They get. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
we get
I
money
know that.
gaming. Now.
I
We
know
get money
that.
now.
That's
We get
that's
money
that's
gaming. Now
yo
it's
man.
crazy. Esports has really took it like taking off. Um, I'm actually like looking into opening up like an arcade type style, like esports type style arena here in like Stockbridge for the kids and get them some kind of to do after school and even have like summer camp programs and stuff like that and just find somewhere with a bunch of TVs, a bunch of game sets, man, and just be able to give them like an arena to play in and host tournaments and stuff. So now it's bigger, it's way bigger than what it used to be, man. It's $1 billion industry in e-gaming at this point. And
Mm,
yeah, it's a lot. Man, T Pain, an e-gamer. He make billions of dollars, millions of dollars doing it. He said he
mm.
make more money doing e-gaming than he do ever doing music.
About a lot. What was that? It was some athlete that just retired. He had retired last year from football or some sport. His thing was football, and he retired because he was making so much money gaming. I forgot who it was. I just read something on that the other day, but it was an ex football player that retired just to do gaming because he was making so much money. I was
Yeah,
like,
man. KB got a gaming channel, man, on YouTube. He be on there.
okay, is it doing good? How's he doing with it?
Yeah, he doing pretty good. When he play, I ain't seen KB play the game in a minute, but I know bro got a lot going on. But yeah, yeah, it's easy, man. It's kind of just like social media. You kind of grow your followers through other gamers
Do you
playing
actually have to?
against people, and you put your camera up there and kind of get your own style.
Do you actually have
Say
to
it
be?
again.
So what I can?
I
Do you actually have,
mean,
or do you
you
just
gonna
gotta be?
win, you gonna lose. You gonna win, you gonna lose. Now, if you can sit there, now the best players are the ones who got the most views. Is the one who talking trash and they beating you down. You know what I mean?
Oh,
People go in there and see if it kind of like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? People come to see you lose at that point. So if you are good like that and you advertise yourself and talking junk, yeah, you'll get to the point where people come in there just to see you lose, try to see somebody beat you. Ocho Cinco, he got a huge following from people just trying to beat him because of who he is.
gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah, man, we're gonna do a 910 gaming tournament here in Atlanta one day.
oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We probably get with the network, the Village Global Network, and and maybe do a live streaming. Let's start live streaming
Yep,
some of this.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Whatever. So that's what we're working on now, trying to be able to live stream a lot what we do, whether we doing events, whether we doing different stuff. So you know, saying that whole thing, that spectrum, because they see that we got a lot going on. So we trying to open it up where we can have different stuff where we can live stream almost everything we doing. You know what I mean,
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever, and that'll bring a whole different aspect of what we doing going on right now, or whatever.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I want once again, like I said, we got 8 new radio stations, 144 markets across the globe. You know, then got going on.
Who is this, man?
What they say? What they right? Post this. I can't read.
I
Hold on. What
don't
is that?
know.
You
So
guys
you
have
guys have. I ain't gonna read that.
to listen while I'm my, what? Let me take what? You only get that one. I don't get that one. Anyway, this dude tripping.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. They tripping. Hey, wait, man.
Anyway, it's time to go.
Cowboys Nation.
It's time to go. Guys. Anyway, okay.
You know it's time to get off now.
Hey, Steve-O, you must be tired of sleeping, man, because you talking out the side of your face.
Yeah.
You ain't
Anyway,
looking at what's going on the screen, huh?
no, you ain't seeing what's going on, Jacob. You can,
Yeah, Jacob ain't seeing what's going on. That's why he think I'm tripping.
Dude, he basically trolling, but he's saying some crazy stuff. So anyway, I'll tell you when we get offline what he's saying or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, but anyway, so anyway.
Man, I can't. That interesting, man. You can't talk.
We about to get out of here, man. Hey, look, appreciate everybody coming on. Whatever, tune in. Do it. We gonna do what we gotta do. So everybody have a wonderful and blessed weekend or whatever. And Steve, get your cousin because he tripping. Anyway, we up out of here. All day.
I don't know who this is.
I walked in the place, sat by the bar, all the drinks on me, don't go too far, sitting by the bartender, asked her